Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to the Thirsty Thursday call. Glad to have you. If this is your first time on the call, just to give you a little heads up about what we're all about. It's a call we've been running for 5 years now, and basically motivation, inspiration. We also have, leaders in the industry that come on, and we have authors and speakers and pastors and all different sorts of people that can that come on to pour into your life, to share a little something that might have you walking away with more in your cup so that you can go on and finish out the week here in Montevideo or even just in your everyday life with a bang. So we're glad to have you. If you're new to the call, this is your first time connecting with us, I'm going to say, hey, get your cell phone out and send a little text message out to Thursday to the number 50500. You're going to text the word Thursday. That'll send you one message. That'll connect you with our Facebook group on Facebook, give you some other information, call details, so on and so forth. It's a one-time thing. You don't get spammed. You only get one message with details, and it's a great way for us all to connect together in the community. I just brought Pastor Buddy into the Facebook group, so everybody be sure to welcome him and say hello. And those of you that are at the computer while we're doing this call, I look forward to seeing your messages throughout the night. It's a great way for all of us to get together, and it's a great way for all of us to get together and share and be together during the call, maybe pointing out different quotes or things that we hear along the way. I'm going to mute some of you guys as you guys are all unmuted as far as the speakers go until it's your turn. So I'll unmute you, Matt, in a minute here, buddy. But anyway, looking forward to hearing from everybody tonight. I'm really excited about this call, as I am every Thursday. It's amazing. Been doing the call now all this time, and it's never boring. It never gets old. There's something new that's shared each and every Thursday that I believe is here just for you. I want to give a shout-out to Marion all the way from the UK at 3 in the morning. We talked just before the call got started. She's connecting via Skype tonight. So Marion, glad to have you as always, and anyone who's connecting through Skype. Glad to have you guys from the UK, Germany, and the other countries that are represented tonight. I also want to say, special thanks to the speakers that come on this call every Thursday. We get Montevid's best, every Thursday to come and to share with us. Last Thursday, if you missed the call, we had Katie Holt-Larson, Brandon, Carter, and Alex all on the call going over the details of the Jeep and the 4x4 programs that we have. Okay, so if you want those details, I'm telling you, last week's call that can be found at thirstythursdaycall.com, go listen to it. I mean, we had a Q&A session and everything. Almost every question that I think you could possibly ask has been answered. Frank Soucinek tonight is going to share with us the 4x4 and Jeep programs in a simplistic manner, which is my favorite. Because really, when it all comes down to it, it's a certain simple activities and things you have to set your mind to achieve these things. All the details really fall into place when you just tackle the simple steps in the process. And I'm really looking forward to hearing how Frank's going to share that with us tonight. And we have Matt and Kim Curtis, Black Diamonds in Montevideo, sharing with us tonight. We're going to hear, every time I get off with Matt and listening to these guys, it like ignites a dream in me. Sometimes it gives me a new dream. And I tell you what, I think of them as like the dream brokers, okay? So if you're having a hard time dreaming, if you need to bring your dreams to the next level, get ready, because you're going to get that with Matt and Kim Curtis. And I'm really excited to hear from Pastor Buddy Meloy. I've been hearing a lot about him throughout the week. And so, buckle up, get ready. We're on for a great call tonight. Get your notepads out. I'm sure there's going to be some great note-taking and things that you want to take note of and shuffle in there so you can retrieve it later. And we do record the call, and you can find all that recording information at thirstythursdaycall.com. So at the end of the call, I'll put together a blog post. I'll put it up there. It'll have information about the 3 speakers, and then it will have a recording there that you can access and share with others. I also want to say that when you are talking about, this is a social media tip, right? You guys know I'm the social media mentor out there. The social media tip I have for you tonight is this. When you're on Facebook and you're going to post something, especially if it's about the Jeep program or if it's about the Thirsty Thursday call or Monavie, I want you to start using what's called a hashtag, okay? Basically, you use the £sign and then a word directly behind it, no space. So if you're going to upload a picture of a Jeep and say, hey, Monavie giving away free Jeeps, you can get one too, make sure you use that hashtag. Hashtag the word Jeep, and make sure you use that hashtag. Now, Monavie, I talked to Brandon today. They're going to come up with their own hashtag. It might be Monavie Jeep or whatever. Here's the thing, guys. Facebook just started using hashtags. People will go and search for a Jeep on Facebook, and it will show every post that people are making mentioning the word Jeep in it. So how would you like to have people that are liking Jeeps or wanting to know more about a Jeep see your post that says, hey, Monavie just gave me a free Jeep. You can have one too. You think someone might contact you. Hey, guys, I'm just trying to be smart online. That's all I'm saying. Okay, and when you post about the Thirsty Thursday call, if you take an image that I upload, like I did the image of the call for tonight on our fan page, if you repost that on your wall, say whatever you want to say, but at the end, make sure you put in the hashtag and then TTMV, Thirsty Thursday Monavie, TTMV. Okay? Listen, there is a method to my online madness, okay? And I really see Monavie as a company that is going to embrace social media to the nth degree in the months to come. And if I can help at all, anyone on the call with a social media tip, that was my tip. Okay, so that's it for me. I'm going to go ahead and bring on our first speakers on the call. And we're going to have Matt and Kim Curtis start off the call. And so, hey, Matt, how you doing, buddy? Talk to me. How's everything going? Are you going to get one of these Jeeps and like jack it up and put like a holster on the side of it that holds the juice? Come on, tell us. What's your dream? What's going on, buddy? Oh, you know what? I muted him. That's why we can't hear him. Hold on a second, Matt. I had to mute you earlier. I was getting a lot of background noise. Hold on, Matt. Let me get you here. Okay, let me find him. Where is he? How about Frank? I'll tell you what, let me go to Frank until I can find Matt in this sea of people. Frank, why don't you tell us real quick.
I got him now.
Did you get him?
Yeah, I got him.
Oh, there he is.
So I touched it. Hey, hello.
Hey, Frank, how you doing, buddy? Sorry, I lost Matt. I got him back now. Frank, tell us real quick, what are you excited about this Jeep program? I mean, have you ever seen anything like this? You've been in networking for some time. Talk to us a little bit about this Jeep program and what you see.
Well, you know, guys, I am excited about it. You know what, Monavie, they've took their gloves off and they've made a Jeep program. You know, one of the things that the guys have been stressing with Monavie is we don't want it to be attached to levels. We want it where anybody can obtain the Jeep. And you think about it, you know, how powerful when you have a tool that you can talk to a brand new person and show them in the next 30 to 120 days how they can get a free Jeep lease. You know, so I am excited about the Jeep program. You know what? Me and Steve were talking the other day because we got an email, and Monavie was talking about getting 50 to 60 Jeeps out there here in the next several months. And you know what? Me and Steve were talking the other night, and we said, Steve, and I said, you know what? I think we can get 300 to 500 Jeeps out in the next 6 months. Think about that, 300 to 500 of some of our buddies out driving around in free Jeeps that Monavie's getting the leases for us. And you know what, guys? It's going to be powerful. I think they got Matt back on, and so, but I am excited about the Jeep program. I'm going to share a 3-minute plan with you how to put the whole thing together in 3 minutes. So, Wayne, I'm excited to be on the call.
Awesome. Excited to have you on the call, Frank. And, hey, Matt Curtis, Come on in, buddy. I got you live now. Talk to us, Matt, about the dream, man. Tell us about, the dream. I mean, how many people have had a dream to have a Jeep? I know I had one early on growing up. I always wanted a Jeep. Talk to us a little bit about our dreams and what you got for us, buddy.
Wow, fired up. Hey, sorry about that. I was on my brother's phone. I touched the button and it went away. But, we're down in Detroit right now. Every year Detroit does a thing called the Woodward Dream Cruise, and they cruise from Detroit to Pontiac on Woodward. There's 2.5 million hot rods and muscle cars, so the largest collection of hot rods and muscle cars. And you wouldn't believe the number of Jeeps that are down here. We're sitting out here at the Mopar Jeep station where they have all the latest totally built. I'm going to take some pictures and put them out there so everybody can see it. But, when you look at a Jeep, it just says, I'm having fun. As a matter of fact, I fell in love with one early. I bought my first Jeep when I was 18 years old and ordered it, bought it, and it was crazy because I had 200 miles on it, and I learned how not to drive a Jeep, Wayne. I put it on its side with 200 miles on it. But, hey, we kept having fun. At least I had the top off it. It didn't hurt it any. You couldn't hurt them back then, but guys don't do that, so check with me before you go four-wheeling. But you know what? We are living the dream. We did a couple of meetings up here. We're at the Antique Boat Show up in northern Michigan, up in the UP, this last Saturday. And then so we did a meeting that Thursday, and then we're down here and did a HBR and just working in between dreaming. That's what we do. We're out here just sharing the berries and having fun and keeping the dream alive. I'm here with my brother, Blue Diamond Jeff Curtis, and we spent the weekend with Van and Stacy, Blue Diamonds up here in Michigan. They were school teachers. My brother Jeff, took over a plating business up here in Detroit from my dad. The first and second Blue Diamonds in Michigan, and what did they do? The same thing Charlie told me to do. He said, Matt, make a list. Put everybody you know on it. Don't let your friends and family miss this opportunity for better health and better wealth. And now, hey, don't let your friends and family miss this opportunity for a free Jeep. It's crazy, raising away and how excited everybody is in the country to get their hands on one of these Jeeps, and we are flat fired up about it. So, and I know you guys can earn them. Come on. Frank's going to go over some of the details on how simple it's going to be. But I'll tell you what, there's going to be a lot of hundreds and hundreds of Jeeps on the street, probably before the year's even up. But, hey, we're going to tear it up. What do you think, Wayne?
Awesome. I just got a message that the second Jeep lease has been obtained. Already 2 people have gotten this Jeep, or it's on the way. I mean, how awesome is that?
But hey, look at how Montevi's backing the clock up so that the guys that did the work over the last few months, guys and gals, can get the Jeep in, and everything they've ever done. I've been in the business now. November 19th will be 8 years. I haven't had a job for 7 years, and haven't had to turn my alarm clock on. So, guys, that's the dream. The toys are fun, and you guys know, hey, that's a lot of fun. But just having the freedom and time to spend, my daughter and son-in-law are up here in Michigan with us, and they took their vacation. And, hey, you know what? I love what Charlie says. They said, how do you get your kids to hang out with you? We got 3 daughters and a son. They're always with us. Like Charlie says, well, you just pay all their bills. That's not really what we do, but it's fun. We're having a ball. So if you're free and you know how to have fun, that's the way to go. Because Montevi will afford you that type of lifestyle. No more alarm clocks. You never need to be or have to be anywhere you don't ever want to be again. And that's what we do. We travel around the country, hanging out with friends, dreaming, having fun, sharing the berries, helping people get healthier. I mean, hey, health and wealth, right, Wayne? And guys out there, you guys know there's nothing better than health and wealth. That's an incredible combination. And Montevi's always had the best products to improve your health and maintain your health. Montevi's always had the best pay plan. You can match it against any other pay plan in the industry. So if you're out there thinking, I wonder if I can do this, or I wonder if I'm in the right business, guys, Steve and I and Wayne, Frank, we have all seen dozens and dozens of these things come and go. And look, ours is here for stay. Montevi is a generational company. It will be here. Whether you do it or not, you're going to hear about it 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now. So just know that, hey, the Lord's got you in the right place, and you're with the right people at the right time, and it couldn't be more exciting than to help a lot of people have a second or third vehicle to, keep their dreams alive and to help push the American dream. We are right here, apple pie and baseball. In fact, my kids are just coming back from the Tiger game, and they won, and we're meeting down here on Woodward, and I'm literally, it's a traffic jam of hot rods and muscle cars. We've seen a lot of Lambos, as Steve's listening to, man, some some of the hottest, fastest cars up and down the street are things you guys can drive too. But I just want you to know that it's so attainable. When I got in Monavie, I never turned a computer on. I thought nutritional beverage was Bud Light. I couldn't talk in front of people. I negotiated my way out of high school, a hammer-slinging carpenter. And, Lord brought Monavie into our lives, and we just got out there. We got off the couch is all we did and started sharing something that we truly believed in, like I know you guys do. And the first thing that's going to happen to you nowadays, because, hey, I mean, bronze, silver, gold, that happened to us in the first few months. And, man, I'll tell you what, there isn't a reason that anybody listening right now can't sit down with their friends after the steps that Frank's going to give you and map out a plan to get you all a Jeep for Christmas this year. So, man, we're excited for you, and we're excited to be with Monavie in this time because they are pulling out all the stops and tearing this thing up for you guys.
You want to know what I think is awesome about this whole program is that, I got a call from my downline today, Heather from Texas. She's more than half the way to the Jeep. We know you get the car at Black Diamond and all these other things, but this has really leveled the playing field, and really anyone can obtain this goal of getting this Jeep. So I do want to say, give a shout-out to Heather out there. And, Matt, I think you have someone that's like 500 points away from getting their Jeep. Is that right?
Yeah, we sure do. And it's great. It's cool that you don't even some of these guys and gals don't even know where they're at. And when my buddy got a call yesterday, he goes, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, you're right in line, man. You're only 500 points away, and a couple more another sponsor or whatever it was." And I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't get it done by the weekend. So that's it. Come on, free Jeeps. And
that'll get you off the couch.
Fun stuff.
Yeah, and it goes back to May 1st. So any volume, new volume since May 1st, all the way to the end of the month, is going to count towards this 8,000 volume that you need to get this Jeep, and that's exciting.
Yeah, it is.
It's very exciting.
We're fired up.
Awesome. Well, listen, I'm gonna have Frank share with us a little about how to get this done. And Matt, I really appreciate you coming on. Hang in there. We may have you come back and chat a little with us in a little bit.
All right, sounds good. Hey, I'm excited to hear Frank too and Pastor Buddy. We're having those guys are tearing up and having fun. So we'll talk to you later. Thanks, Wayne.
You got it, buddy. All right. So hey guys, let's bring Frank Soucinek on the line, and I want to hear Frank. You break it down to us. You said in 3 minutes how to go out there, and how can someone go out there and get this done? How can we go out there and get this Jeep?
All right, Wayne. Listen, hey, Matt, you done a great job. You got me all tanked up. I'm ready to go. But, there's something that just come to me as Matt was speaking a minute ago, and I'm going to share it with you. It's about vision. And, I got it last night, been on the road with Steve and them for the last 3 days doing meetings. And you know what? It's amazing is this. You know what? I just want to share something with you. If we're not moving forward in life, or if we're sitting in place, whether it's Monavie or whatever, it's because of vision, the lack of vision. Vision is the key to forward movement in life. So if you want to move forward in life, in your marriage, financially, in Monavie, it's about changing and redirecting our vision. And and that's one of the things I'm going to talk to you about the Jeep, because a Jeep will give us a vision for something that's obtainable that'll get us moving again. So I wanted to give you that for free right there. And so it's everybody just think about vision. So as we talk, I'm going to share with you, Wayne, real quick, a couple of things. I'm going to share with you a 2.5 to 3 minute plan for Monavie that anybody can share the opportunity in 2.5 to 3 minutes. You don't need 20, 30, 40, 50 minutes to go through it, and we're going to hit on every main detail. So here we go real quick. If I'm sitting down with somebody, I like to start off and ask them a series of questions. Here's are the questions. And I'm going to just say your name, Wayne. You don't have to answer back, but I'll say your name. Hey, Wayne, I'm looking for people that are interested, Wayne, very simple as this: looking better, feeling better, living longer, want to make some money, and would like to have an opportunity for a free Jeep lease. Wayne, are any of them things appealing to you? And the answer would be, of course. Wayne, I'm involved with Monavie. Very simply, Monavie is a wellness company. They make nutritional products. So, Wayne, when you get involved with me in Monavie, what it does is this. It allows you to buy the best nutritional products wholesale. Monavie ships them straight to your door with a money-back guarantee. Wayne, do you like that? Yes. Now, guess what, Wayne? There's 3 ways to get in Monavie, and I'm going to share them with you in just a minute. So, Wayne, if all you're interested in is looking better, feeling better, and living longer, then that's all we need to talk about. But if you're interested in making some money like the free Jeep Police, I'm going to share the second part of the program. Wayne, do you think that you know people out there just like me and you that would be interested in looking better, feeling better, living longer, making some money, like to have an opportunity for a free Jeep Police? Oh, yeah. Well, great. What we're going to do is we're going to show them how they can get involved with Monavie on one of the three ways. Very simply as this. Monavie's going to ship the product straight to them at a money-back guarantee, and me and you do not even have to touch the product. Wayne, do you like that? Absolutely. Now, let me tell you how all this works. We buy the products we want, and the ones we don't want, we don't buy. Same for you and all your friends. So very simply. And what happens, Monavie, how they pay us is this. For me consuming it, Wayne, and for you and your friends and my friends consuming it, here's what Monavie does. They take the money and they put it in a pot every Friday for all of us consuming it. And they take 50% right off the top, Wayne, and they offer it back to you and me in 9 different pay bonuses. Do you know, Wayne, I was 43 years old before I ever had a chance to get paid 9 ways. Wayne, would you like to have the opportunity to get paid 9 ways once? Of course, the answer would be yes. So, Wayne, that's how it works. Now, Wayne, here's the 3 ways you get in. There's what we call the Senior Franchise Kit, Wayne. And, Wayne, that is for if you're really ready to go and you really want to tear this thing up and build it fast, then I recommend you get the Senior Franchise Kit. If you're not there, then there's what they're called as a Junior Franchise Kit. It's about half the money, half the product in it, and that's for if you're sitting there and saying, you know what, I think I'm going to get in and piddle around and see how this thing goes, then I recommend you get the Junior Franchise Kit. But guess what? You may be sitting there waiting, and you may not be either one of them. You may say, let me just drink some of this and try some of the products and see how it goes. Then, Wayne, I'm going to make you an enroller. And that's going to be very simply, Wayne, is this. If you're married, I'm going to recommend you get on about 3 cases. Why, Wayne? There's 4 bottles in a case. When you drink 2 ounces in the morning, 2 ounces at night, Wayne, guess what? You'll drink a bottle a week. In a period of a month, you'll drink 1 case, so that's 1 of the 3 cases. The second case, Wayne, would be for your wife. Does that make sense? Absolutely. The third case, Wayne, is this, because you'd like some of your friends to taste it and share it with, right? So that's what the third case is. So, Wayne, because you're married, I recommend you, as an enroller, get on 3 cases. Now, Wayne, if you're single, I'd recommend you get on 2 cases. And that's how simple it is. So then what I do is this. I pull out the sign-up sheet. The whole important thing about doing a meeting is having enough belief and expectation to take the sign-up sheet and lead people through it, not push them. And I say, Wayne, what's your first name? Wayne. What's your last name? How do you spell it? And then I just go through it real quick. Wayne, listen, I need your Social Security number very simply. Why? Because if you make more than $600, Monavie's going to pay you. They're going to send you a 1099, and the government's going to want taxes on that. Does that make sense? So you've handled the Social Security thing. And I go right through there. Hey, give me your address. Give me the one that UPS ships to, where UPS is the largest customer. And then, Wayne, out of the 3 ways, what's best fits for you and your family? Oh, you want the Junior Kit? Great. And you know what? That's exactly how I do it. What I found out is this. People do not respond. They don't respond to your knowledge. They respond to your belief and your expectation. When you have the belief and expectation to lead somebody through the process of the application, that's showing leadership. So that is the actual whole program in 3 minutes. So now I'm going to talk to you about the Jeep program. You know, Steve's been texting me the whole time on this call, and you know what's amazing is this. Think about it. We've already got a vision for how many Jeeps we'd like to see that we can get out there. Monavie was thinking 50 or 60. Me and Steve's talking 300 to 500 in the next 6 months. And you know what, guys? Everybody on this call could have a Jeep in the next 6 months. I'm going to share with you a process right now. Very simply, the Jeep program. I'm going to talk about the Jeep program, then I'm going to do the 4x4 cash bonus program, 1.5% pool. All right, so the Jeep program. First of all is this, there's a couple things. You have to be kit qualified to participate. That means you personally have to be on a junior or senior franchise kit. So if you got that, check that off. Then the very next thing is this. You have to enroll 4 personals on 200 or more points volume and 200 auto ship. When you enroll 4 people, now you can enroll 6, 8, 10, or 20, it doesn't matter, but when you enroll 4 people on at least 200 or more, you've hit the second criteria of the Jeep program. So now watch this. Because you're on the kit qualified, you meet criteria 1. Because you've enrolled 4 people now, you've hit criteria 2. Now here's the third criteria is this. You have now, out of the new people that you enroll, in a period of a month, listen, a month, not a week. Our volume right now is counted every week, and we get paid. But on the Jeep program, it's a total for the month. That's pretty fired up. Montevis took the stops off for us on that. And you know what? Very simply is this. We have to get 8,000 points in a month. Now, let me tell you what that is. For some of you guys who's been in the business, that's no more than a star 1,000 for 4 weeks. Because on a star 1,000, you got 1,000 points left, 1,000 points right. That equals 2,000. So if you have a star one, if you qualify star 1,000 for 4 consecutive weeks, you have a Jeep program. You have just won the free Jeep. And here's what Montevis does. The first time that you hit 8,000 points, Montevis is going to send you a 3-month payment in advance. And then you have 3 months to get it solidified. That's off the chain, guys. And people say, well, I don't know if I'm too fired up about that Jeep thing. Well, let me ask you this. Where are you working at now? Have they ever offered you a Jeep lease, or have they ever offered you anything? No. Get fired up about it then. So you know what? That's really the simple thing. Hey, you could have 4 out of them 4 people you sponsor, each of them at 500 points a week will develop 8,000 in a month. So it's however you get to 8,000 points of new volume. Now, let's just say you got fired up. You didn't sponsor 4, but you sponsored 8. Guess what? Then the 8,000 comes out. That is the Jeep program. Now, you know what? And what I like about the next program I'll talk to you about, there's 2 parts of it. It's called the 4x4 bonus pool, and I'm going to talk to you about maximizing. Think of that word, vision and maximizing. A vision for the Jeep of what's possible, and then maximizing your income. And I'm just going to share this with you. If you have the ability to make $2,000 or $3,000 or $4,000, let's just say you have the ability to make $4,000 in this program I'm going to share with you. Do you want to make 2 or do you want to make 4? Of course, you're like me. You'd like to make the 4. I'm going to talk to you about maximizing. Well, guess what? Here's the criteria. Criteria number 1, you have to be kit qualified, junior, senior kit. So guess what? You're kit qualified for the Jeep program. You're automatically kit qualified for the 4x4 bonus pool. Very simply, number 2, the same 4 people that you enrolled for the Jeep program can be the 4 people that you enroll in your 4x4 bonus pool. And so what I'm going to explain to you how you get double your money. If in the 4x4 bonus pool, it's not about pin levels, it's about activity, personal production activity. Very simply is this. We want to help you enroll 4 people, and this is how I'd ask it. Wayne, with my help, do you believe that we could sponsor 1 person this week that is interested in looking better, feeling better, living longer? And you know what? Very simply, would like to make some money and have a free Jeep? The answer is yes. So guess what? We're going to sponsor 1 a week or 2 a week. So we sponsor 4 personals within the first 28 days. If you sponsor 4 personals on the first 28 days, that can be on 200 senior or junior kit. Then you've hit the qualification for the next 12 months to get paid double your money. So the only qualification to get double your money is sponsor 4 people for the next 28 days. And when you sponsor 4 people in 28 days, guess what? Now you double your money. Now let me share with you how it works then. So anytime you sponsor from that point on, anytime you sponsor 4 people, and if you sponsor them on junior and senior kit qualified, and your kit qualified, very simply as this. Last week the companies told me and Steve the other day that you'd have made $4,000. Think about that. If you were kit qualified, which you got to be, and you sponsored 4 people on junior and senior kits, your name would have been dropped in the pool for 1.5% of the total volume of North America. You'd have made $4,000 just on that one way of making money. You know what I like about this? See, the other pools were always tied into being Blue Diamond and above. These 2 programs, the Jeep program and the 4x4 program, have nothing to do with levels. It has everything to do with your personal activity. And you know what? Matt said it. It makes the playing field equal. It sets the table equal for all of us that are willing to go out and do the work. So you know what? So let's just say after the first 30 days, So you sponsor your 4 in the first 30 days, you go in, you get paid, you get double for the next 12 months. It may take you 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. It may take you 6 months to sponsor 4 more people. But whenever you sponsor your 4th one, again, for the second, your name drops in the hat, and they pay you that week. It's very simple. The only time that you have to sponsor them in the first 30 days is if you want double the money for the next 12 months. If you don't make it in the first 30 days, guess what? Your still name goes in the pot, and they still pay you, which we already know is going to be over $1,000+ bucks. So, guys, all I can tell you, I don't know anything out there like it. We got a way that people can get the Jeep program. We got a way that people can make some cash quick up front if they're willing to do the work. So, listen, Wayne, I've enjoyed it. If you have any questions, ask. I'm fired up.
Okay, yeah. As far as questions, I said it on last Thursday's call. You're right. I mean, it's star 1,000 for 4 weeks in a row, and you got a Jeep. And I mean, yeah. Anyone new and getting started out in this, and anyone who's in it, no matter what. But I remember when I first got started, I did star 1,000. I think my first week, and I just made 5 phone calls to do that, and I continued that from there on out. And so I'm amazed at this program. I knew they had a carport program. When I went over to Israel last year, they were talking about how they had a card program for like silvers and above and all this other stuff. And I thought, oh man, we need something like that here in the U.S. And this is, in my opinion, even better, because really, and the 2,000 or the 8,000 points in the month can come any way, right, Frank? I mean, you could have them come in the last 2 weeks. They could come in the last week. They could come in one whole leg or the other, right? It doesn't matter. They just want 8,000 of volume coming from your business in a month's period, and signing up 4 people.
Well, Wayne, what it is this: you have to have it. You got to have it coming out of at least 2 legs. You can count as much as 5,000 points, which is unheard of. So if you sponsor somebody and they go take off fast, Monavie, this is another thing I can't believe they're doing. We put some pressure, and they said, yeah, they want people out there. You can count 5,000 points out of 1 leg. That's unheard of. So you can go out and sponsor a hot dog, and Monavie's going to let you count 5,000 of the 8,000 points in a month out of 1 person. That's almost unheard of.
Wow. Well, that is amazing. And if you signed them up back in May, and this person went on to build the business, all that volume is counting up to 5,000. That's what you're saying.
Absolutely. Yes.
That's awesome.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. And if you're new to networking, if you're new to Monavie, some of this might be a little like, what? But trust me, for Frank and those of us that have been involved for a while, that have a grasp on this, it's awesome. You know, there's really no way to describe it. And when you said 50 to 60 Jeeps, and you guys said, hey, we want 300 to 500, heck yeah, why not? But yeah, Frank, great job in breaking down the Jeep program, and also the 4x4 program as well. And you know what? One thing, Katie, I've had a couple of questions on. One thing Katie said last week is she said, you know, if you've been on AutoShip of 200 points or more for the past 2 years and you're not kit qualified, they're going to make you kit qualified. Did you know that, Frank?
Yeah, I did. You know, Wayne, you know what? Monavie's really,
they've
rolled it out for us. I mean, you think about it. There's not a person out there today that you don't walk up and meet. They're not even in Monavie, that literally in 30 to 120 days, they're in a Jeep. And you know what? I'm just going to tell you what just happened is, you know, I've been out looking at the Jeeps and all that. You know what? And the money that they're going to give us for a Jeep lease, I can lease a Jeep for a lot less. So they're giving me enough money to lease the Jeep and pay my insurance on the Jeep. And so we're out looking around. As a matter of fact, I'm doing a meeting Wednesday night. If anybody's in the Augusta, Georgia area, I'm going to be doing a meeting at the Jeep dealership next Wednesday night in Augusta, Georgia. And so all I can tell you guys is get ready. We're going to be out driving the 4x4 Jeeps, having a blast. And you know what? Every friend you have can get one, and that's our goal. Everybody that wants one can get one, and because you know what? It's very simple. It's very simple. Think about it. There's not a purse you see. How many people out there need a second car right now? Guess what? Hey, how about one paid for? Think about that. So let's have some fun. Hey, don't forget the Elevate conference coming up in Utah. Hey, listen, my pastor, he's one of my closest friends in the world. He's my confidant. He's the one that me and Cindy are submitted to. He's involved in everything that we do. There's no secrets. He's been involved behind the scenes with me, counseling me as far as personally, my covering for Monavie and all the other businesses, our school and everything. And you know what? For 20, going on 21 years, he's been our pastor. And I've never heard a more practical word. It's not religious. It's about relationship. It's applicable, and you're going to hear it. And you know what? Once again, this was not my idea. This is your leader's heart, Steve and Gina. They said, Frank, you know, we've heard your pastor. We love him. We'd like him to bless the people. And all I can tell you is this. He's going to talk to you. I don't know what he's going to talk to you about, but you know what? We got the Elevate conference. And there's 3 things Steve said we want to accomplish there. We want to elevate your dream to where you have a vision for what's possible. We want to elevate your belief in the industry, belief in Monavie, and third is belief in yourself. And so, guys, get to Salt Lake for the Elevate conference. It's going to be off the chain. We got BBSs coming up after that, and all I can tell you guys, you know what? It's your time to shine. Make the rest of this year count. Listen up. Listen to my pastor, one of my closest friends, Buddy Meloy. If you're on, Bud, share with them whatever you got.
Okay, Frank. Thanks for allowing me to be on tonight. I appreciate Wayne. I appreciate Steve and Gina, who are just 2 awesome leaders in Monavie. They've given me the opportunity to share this. And what I'm going to be sharing with you tonight, I've never shared before. So I sat down and jotted down some notes today, and as they were giving me the theme of what we wanted to talk about tonight, they were talking about elevating your dreams and your beliefs. I was thinking on the terminology of dreams, and I'm going to give you 5 levels of a dream. And this is going to be very important. When you want to write these down, I'll probably teach this some other time because as I was studying myself and preparing, I thought this is just something I think every individual needs to know in life, and especially those who are leaders. So when I was thinking about the concept of a dream, I kind of was looking at its definition and understood its etymology and where it comes from. It is from the word which means to rove or to roam. It's a running. It's as we go about in life, and yet it has with it attached the meaning to form images and is allied to the word frame. In other words, it was talking about earlier about the ability to receive a dream and to achieve a dream. So I want to talk about that for just a few moments and give you the 5 levels. Because many times we don't have a dream on our own, or even as leaders, we are those who pass on dreams. So many times people don't have a dream on their own or on their own accord, but as we go along in life, we come upon someone else, and we like what we see in their lives, or they paint us a picture, and we pick up on the dream of someone else. I got a little saying that dreams plus passion, our dreams and passion can be passed on. And so one of the things we can pass on in life is by the way we live our lives, the things we say, the things we speak, the examples we live, we can pass on a dream and a passion to someone else. And I want to give you a little statement about passion. I may touch on it again in a moment, something I shared with my church even, that a passion is an impression made from an external source. Sometimes we're born with a passionate character, but, you know, passion comes because we see something on the outside that motivates us, or we hear something from the outside of us, an external source that motivates us. For instance, love is a passion. And if you're a married individual, my hope is that you met someone, saw someone, an external source, that motivated you and created a passion inside of you. And I love to think of passion as a fire in our belly, so to speak. And so when we talk about having a passion, dreams and passion can be passed on. But when you get a passion and you get your priorities right, you're going to get some productivity in your life. So what we want to look at, and I even consider something like anger. Sometimes we hear things that anger, but anger can be a good motivator. We're tired of being poor. We're tired of having these things, and this is just really starting to frustrate me. I want to step it up and go to the next level. So when we're talking about dreams, sometimes we don't have a dream on our own. We pick up on the dreams of others. That's what's happening tonight. There's a dream being, there's an image being formed and a picture being painted for you. What do I see myself doing? So what do I know? I'm going to give you 5 levels. Number 1, find a dream. Find a dream. Basic level. Level number 1, find a dream. The primary sense of find means to come to or to rush to or to fall upon, to meet. It also comes with it. It's related to the word defend, which means to assault. So here's the picture. You're going along in life. Maybe you've run across someone. Maybe you got into Monavie like maybe you're at the lowest level in Monavie, but you're working and you're developing a dream. You're dreaming. You're roaming. And you're forming and framing images within your mind. Now you're getting a picture. Maybe I want this Jeep. Maybe I want a different lifestyle. You're forming a dream. The first level is this. I find a dream. I come upon an image of my life or for my life that I like. I form that image and I frame it. I frame it with me in it. See, this is what you want to get. An image with a frame paints a picture. The moment you begin to take that image takes formation in your mind, and I like to say even within your spirit or within your heart, and then you begin to frame that picture. You are now adding value to that picture, and you're going, that would be a dream of mine to be in that place, to maybe walk across that stage, maybe to drive that Jeep, maybe to take a trip overseas to a foreign country, maybe to go to Paris or to Rome or whatever your dream may be, financial security, to be out of debt, to maybe you have a relational dream or spirituality or materiality or the physical aspects that were talked about tonight. How we have this wonderful opportunity where where Monavie can help us in the area of our physical being, our well-being, our wealth, and our health. But the number one thing is you find a dream. As you pass along in life, you find that dream, and that dream, you begin to form that picture, that image, and you frame it. That's exactly what that word means. The second level is once you find a dream, you define a dream. That's the second level. To define, that means it comes from the word definio, which means to end or to limit or to put limits or boundaries to. It means to determine or describe the limit and to do so with precision. It means that we have the ability to describe and to ascertain or explain the distinct properties of that dream. This is like putting the finishing points on your dream, on the painting or the picture that you have for your life. You've got a finished picture now within your mind or within your spirit or your heart that is maybe it's relationally or financially or spiritually, materially, physically. Each one of these things you could list any of those things and possibly all those together, what your family might be, what your financial picture might be. And then I'm going to ask you the question, as you're forming that in your mind, what does that picture look like? When you begin to get to the second level and you can define your dream, you can put it into words. You can describe it in detail. You've painted a word picture for yourself now. Many times we talk about writing the dream. Your dream is now taking definition. That's defining a dream. You can see it and you can say it in detail. See, you haven't gotten to the second level of a dream until you get beyond seeing it and I can say it in detail. So what I need to be able to do when I reach that second level is I have now formed the image, I've framed the image, and now I can speak that image. I can speak it in detail and precision. I can describe it. to someone else, I can describe it to myself. It has boundaries and limits, and it's taken shape, which then takes you to the third level of a dream, which is now I refine my dream. So I've done three things. I've found a dream, I've defined my dream, and now I refine my dream. Now, this came across as Steve and Gina had mentioned to me, and Frank had mentioned that we want to talk about elevating your dream. So I go and I just begin to meditate on the concept of elevating your dream, and obviously that means to raise or lift to another level or to take it to another level. And that's what we're talking about tonight, is taking that dream to the next level. So when I do take it to the next level, the level 3 is refine your dream. And as I was going through and looking through this, it actually, when you refine your dream, it means to improve it, to refine it, and to dignify it. Have I brought dignity to my dream? To refine my dream is to dignify my dream. Refining your dream is to treat it with respect. I'm now elevating it. It's not just taking it to the next level physically, but I have already taken it to the next level mentally in my life, emotionally in my life. I've taken it to heart. In other words, I'm invested in this dream. I believe there's some basic commodities in life. I often say the three basic commodities of life are time, energy, and money. And what we do, I mean, sometimes we have the time, but we don't have the money. Sometimes we have the time and the money, but don't have the energy. It's going to take a combination of three things, time, money, and energy, for us to be able to see a dream be refined. I dignify that dream by investing my time, my energy, and my money into that dream. I'm investing the basic commodities of life into my dream. I am now refining the dream. I'm dignifying the dream. This is where the dream becomes important. When I utilize these investments of time, energy, and money, I have now deemed that that dream is important to me. So I refine my dream. I raise it to the next level. I have given it value by investing in it. When I invest in something that means something of value to me, I bring value to my dream. And I think sometimes where we start falling down, with each level, the danger is that we don't carry it fully in that next level. We may get to the point where we just sit back and dream and we're roaming and we're going, this is awesome. I would love to have this happen in my life. But we never sit down and put clarity to the dream where we define it and we can say it. And then there's a time where we can say it, but we never invest in it. We never refine it by giving it dignity, dignify the dream. So we do that by investing in it. The fourth level is this: I mind my dream. That's M-I-N-D. I mind my dream. That signifies properly intention or reaching or inclining forward to an object. That's what this means. It's from the primary sense of extending, advancing eagerly, pushing, or setting forward. In other words, I am now engaged in the dream. I have intention, purpose, and design. I have now mentally, emotionally, I'm mentally engaged, I'm emotionally engaged, my will is in it, my heart is now in the dream. I mean, I can feel this thing. I'm stirred up, I'm fired up, and that's where the passion begins to kick in. I love this. Again, think of passion as something, as an impression made upon you from an external source. That's why people like Frank come, or Steve and Gina, or Wayne, or Matt will come, and they'll start presenting to you these images. See yourself driving that Jeep. See yourself financially independent. See yourself with your own business, or see yourself doing this, going to Detroit, as we heard earlier, and seeing all those hot rods and Lamborghinis and all these phenomenal cars, muscle cars that are there. See them, begin to see that. I've got an image, and you get stirred up, and you've taken it to that level. You've invested, and you're emotionally engaged, and you're like, I'm in, I'm focused. I've set my mind to it. I've taken the dream to the next level. I'm on the fourth level. My time's in it. My energy's in it. My money's in it. I'm feeding it. I'm attending to it. I'm taking care of it. I'm keeping it alive. I'm minding the store, so to speak. I am focused and engaged into that dream. I'm taking care of it. I'm maintaining it and advancing it. I've got intention, purpose, and design. So you're now at the fourth level. Now you should be actually seeing things happen. By the time you reach that fourth level of your dream, you are seeing things click because now you're emotionally involved. You're passionate about your dream. You're enthused about it. And people, as I said, you can pass on dreams and you can pass on passion. I mean, fire ignites more fire. So you can pass on. Passion is fire. You can pass on a dream. You can be impressed with someone else's vision. And you'll say, you know, I can do that. I want that. I would love to see that happen in my life. And then you start taking these steps in the various levels of your dream. The fifth level is, and this is getting to high levels of dream accomplishment, and that is I bind my dream. That's B-I-N-D. I bind my dream. And I love this word because it's the picture of a band. It's the applying of a band, and it comes from a word that actually means to bend or to bend the mind. I love this because this is something that I would love to teach more on. It's I'm bent on fulfilling this dream. I have bound myself to this dream. I'm tied in. I'm tied to it. A lot of people used to say I'm hell-bent, but I like to say this, I'm heaven-bent on fulfilling this dream. I got God in on this one. With God's help, I'm going to fulfill this dream. I've tied myself to the mast of the ship in the middle of the storm. No matter where I'm going through or what I'm doing, I have tied myself to this thing, and I'm going to see it through. That's binding to my dream. Now, let's go back for a moment. We find a dream. We define a dream. We refine the dream, and then we go right along, and then we mind the dream, and then we're at that last level of binding my dream. And of course, we could go on to the fulfillment stage, but this is what I want you to understand. This is so important about a dream. Not only is there an achievement to the dream, but when you talk about binding to the dream, I said to apply and to bend the mind. I've tied myself to this thing. There's a bent. This is what happens. When I have bound myself or I bind to a dream, this has changed who I am. A dream that reaches level 5 has changed who I am. I am bent on fulfilling this dream. And that's one thing that a dream will always do. Probably the most important thing that a dream will do in our life. It'll never leave us the same if we ever get to level 5. When we bind to that dream, it will bend us into a new person. It'll shape us. It'll mold us. It'll make us into the person that we need to be to achieve that dream. As I said at the beginning, we receive a dream. It's a passion. I would love to talk on passion some about the impression made from an external or outward stimuli. It is that fire that we catch, that flame that someone else passes on to us. And in fact, I think I'll skip on the passion side unless somebody wants me to share on it. But I just wanted to give you those 5 levels of a dream. And understand one of the greatest aspects of a dream is that you're never the same after you've gone through the process of going for that dream. It's an awesome thing. Thank you so much for the opportunity to share these principles tonight. Wayne, is still there?
Thank you. Yes, I am here. I'm just taking notes and enjoying everything. Yeah, that was awesome. It was so interesting to hear the 5 different levels to a dream, because I think many people maybe get the first one. They might even get the second one, but it really brought light to all that's really involved in dreaming, And I think so many people stop dreaming because they never get past maybe the first level and actually see anything come to fruition in their life. You know what I mean?
And they don't elevate it to a position where they consider it to be one of the most important parts of their life. And that's where we refine it. We dignify the dream that we've been given or the dream that we received, and we say, you know what, this is of great value. Sometimes we see somebody else's dream as greater than ours. But we've got to see the dream that we have, and I love to put God in the picture of a God-given dream, because God can pass on a dream through someone else. And I get that dream and receive that dream, and it makes an impression on my life, but also that passion. And like you said, I love that. This is brand new for me, writing it down tonight and putting it in these terms. But refining that dream.
Right, defining it. Yeah, no, that's good. That's good. I love it. And you know, I think when somebody dreams of, say, this Jeep, or maybe even an iPad, because we have an iPad promotion, or any of these things, or even if it's not in Monavie, if it's a dream you have just for your own family, and you achieve that dream, I think people's ability to dream bigger, you know, starts to happen, and they start applying. I can just already see myself included starting to apply this process to bigger dreams that I have for myself. You know, one of my biggest dreams is missions work, and to do missions in third world countries where I can take like 80-90% of my income and put it towards missions work in third world countries. And after hearing you, and this has been a dream for a long time, but I don't know that I've ever gotten past like level 1 or 2 with it. And so you really inspired me to, you know, push forward and further in that. But even in just achieving a Jeep, or, you know, goals within Monavie, and even goals in my household with my family, I just want to say thank you, because this was a really good word tonight, and I know the people needed to hear it, and I really want to say thank you for coming on our call tonight and sharing, because it was what we needed to hear, because we have these things that this company's putting in front of us, and I think if we don't take it through those levels that you just shared, we're never going to achieve these dreams that we're going after. And I think it was a now word, a now and needed word that we needed tonight. So thank you so much.
And can I say something, Wayne? I want to dignify your dream. That missions dream, that I want to give dignity to that. That is a wonderful dream. A lot of people don't realize when you have a dream like that for others, that it takes money to support that missions dream. And so I want to give dignity to what you just said just a moment ago, and let that be elevated in your life, because we talk about, that's what the talk was on tonight, was elevating. If I'd have gotten to the belief part, I would have talked about passion, because passion is, you're passionate about what you really believe. And can I make a statement real quick, Wayne?
Yeah, take your time. Go ahead. You have time.
I want to encourage people for just a moment, because sometimes we don't realize that our fire goes a little dim, or our passion, because I want to make those two the same. And I want you to think in terms of a fire in our lives, and this is something I share with our church, that as we're passionate, we need to plan our fire. Plan your fire. This is a word too for many that are listening. Plan your fire. You don't want an accidental fire. An accidental fire is not a positive thing, but a planned fire, which has someone has gathered the fuel for that fire and placed it around them, and they've cleared the area, and you can go through the entire process. And I want to speak to anybody who, if your fire is small right now, you have to take the responsibility to protect that fire. Your passion is very, very important in life. Dreams and passion are two things we can pass on to someone else. And if you don't have the fire yourself or the passion, you won't make someone else passionate. Now, some people have a passionate character already, but you can pass on the passion and the dream, but protect the passion in your life and fuel it with the right things. And it's so crucial, because the dream and the passion go together. The passion is like is close to the beliefs. Without going into detail on beliefs, passion is a result of beliefs. What we really believe, we are passionate about. And I just want to encourage, and again, I appreciate the opportunity that Steve and Gina and Wayne, that you and Frank and all the leadership have given me, because You know, leaders, when they speak, they challenge themselves too. So
yeah,
it always is.
I want to ask you something. When you talk about planning your fire, can you give me an example of something like that? It doesn't have to be Monavie, but can you give me an example of what you really mean by that? Because I know many times when I do this call, I'm always trying to think of the questions that are going on in people's minds as these leaders and speakers are speaking. And that was actually really a question in my own mind. I really want to know, can you give me a little more, like, how is the way that you've planned maybe a fire in your life, and then maybe the people who are listening can see how they can apply that in Monavie and in their lives. Could you mind just taking a few minutes and sharing that?
Yeah, and when we're wanting to make a change in our lives of some kind, I think you have to become passionate about that change. I mean, just an example for me, I'm in a church setting, so you think of terms, and I want to simplify it as easily as I can. If I want to take and I want to build a fire, and I want you to think of the passion in your heart as a fire that's within you. As you and I know, we talk. You probably know the scripture where it says Jeremiah said it was like a fire shut up in my bones.
Yeah,
I had to say it, and so what he was saying is I have a passion inside of me that I just could not stop. I had a fire inside of me, and I believe that passion can be planned like a fire can be planned. How do I do that? I've got to gather around me the material that is necessary. I've got outside of my house, I've got a fireplace here, and we can't wait until fall comes, you know. It's going to get cold, and one of the first things we want to do is build a fire. Well, what I've got out there are stacks of wood. I have kindling. I have a fire source. And I think for people, they don't understand. They just think that this fire is going to happen accidentally. Lightning's going to strike them, and they're going to be on fire. Well, that's not the kind of fire you want. You want somebody to pass a torch or to pass a match or, you know, to have a lighter, so to speak. But I gather the right material around myself. I get the right, for instance, wood that I want. I find a fire source, someone who has the fire that I want passed on. So what did I do? I found people in the change that I want to make in some areas, speakers, resources that are in that area, and I get the spark from them. Sometimes it's conference, maybe going to an Elevate conference or something like that. I plan my fire. Now, are you catching what I'm saying now? I get the spark from the source of the type of fire that I want, and I gather the material around me that'll fuel that fire. And I don't get the big stuff. I get the little stuff first, because if I throw big logs on a little fire, I have a real chance of putting it out. I don't want to put hardwoods on. I want to put softwoods on. I want to take the easy stuff and build that fire gently. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And protect it. I have to put some. I either have to dig a pit so the elements don't affect it, or I have to I was reading something about building a fire, so this is why it's fresh in my mind. I was reading it on the basis of passion, understanding that passion is a fire inside of us. They put stones around the pit, and I used to think it was to protect it from catching other things on fire, but that's not why they do that. They put the stones around the pit because they hold the heat in. We've got to have solid protective things around our passion so that our fire does not go out when we don't lose the heat. And let me tell you something. When you want to put out a fire, say at night you want the fire to continue to go, you've got to pull those embers closer together. You've got to get those heat sources closer together. They tell you when you want to put out a fire and you're going to be leaving, spread the embers out. Spread them out. Don't let them be close together, or it'll maintain that heat source. But if you spread them out, they'll lose the heat. What a great word picture for us. That the closer all the people are, you get around people who are on fire. Get around people who are hot. They're enthused, they're passionate, because you will catch their passion. Not only will you pick up on their dreams, you'll pick up on their passion. So if I want to maintain a fire, I've got to fuel it with the right resources. And I think one of the things we got to do is clear the area of all trash. You know, you want to get the trash out of the area. I mean, there's a lot of trash that gets around it. I mean, that's one of the first things you do, and you get the right material there. So I get all the trash out of the way, get the right material in there, and I have something that is a productive source in my life, because passion, if you get your passion right and you get your priorities right, or if you make your dream, as I said, elevate your dream, define and dignify your dream. If you make that dream one of your priorities, if you have that passion, you set the fire, and you've got the dream as a priority, it will be productive in your life. Passion and priorities will equal productivity. And so, you know, whenever I'm right now, like I said, I'm in the middle of making some changes for me personally and some of the things that I do. Well, right now what I've done is begin to gather material around me, clear out some of the trash. I've found a fire source. I'm protecting the fire that I've gotten. I'm not letting somebody try to kill the change or spit on my match. You know what I mean? I'm not letting somebody put out my fire source. I want to maintain the heat and the fire. So that's just a basic, but I want you to think of it in terms of passion and fire being very similar. The passion is an impression we can receive from somebody else, and hopefully each one of us can pass on some fire to the next person and have that passion for life, or the passion to move on in our particular situations. And the passion it'll take passion to go through these 5 levels of a dream. So I hope that helps. It gives a basic practical picture of how to build that fire and get that passion going in our lives.
Wow. Well, thank you again so much for sharing your gift with us tonight and for being on the call. And
my pleasure.
I think that, and I know that those of you that have been listening, when it comes to Monavie, the best way that you can fuel that fire is to get yourself to Utah at the end of the month here, because you will be around a lot of fires in this company. So, Steve and Gina Merrick, Frank Soucinek, Frank and Cindy, Matt and Kim Curtis, all those people will be there. And when you were telling me this word picture, that's what I was envisioning for everybody, is that if that's what they want to ignite their passion. That's the fuel they want to get around.
Isn't that awesome? Those are very, very passionate people. I mean, I like to be around them too, because they ignite me. They keep me fired up too. And we all need that.
Good. That's awesome. Awesome. Well, listen, I want to thank everybody for speaking on the call tonight. I'm blessed to be a part of this and to be amongst such amazing people. And I want to make an announcement real quick that next week we are going to have Holly and Corbin Roush, as well as Kent Pickett, who just earned his free Jeep today. Congratulations, Kent. So we're going to have them on the call next Thursday. Be sure to come on back and hang out with us. And like we do every Thursday, I'm going to open up the lines so that everybody can give a shout-out of who they are and where they are from. This is Wayne Ullery from Youngstown, Ohio.
Calling New Hampshire.
Pennsylvania.
St. Paul, Minnesota.
California.
Harley, Carmichael, California.
Natalie White, Martha's Vineyard.
West Palm Beach.
Fort McMurray. Sherry Shoals, Boynton Beach, Florida.
Andrew Fraser, Calgary, Alberta.